What's up, guys? It's Childlike Kate back with a new video, and today we are going to be talking about my goals for the new year. I know you're all probably thinking, girl, it's March. Ooh, it's April. Girl, it's April. But as you all may know, I just moved to Phoenix in March, and it wasn't just a relocation. It's also a new job and an overall fresh start. I already knew in January that even though the calendar year had changed, my personal new year would not begin until I got here. So within the first few days of me arriving to Phoenix, I pulled out my little planners and goal setting worksheets so that I could figure out my plan for this new year. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I started with my big picture goals and went all the way down into like weekly actions that I need to take. I do have my 2023 goals written down in this printable packet that was created by Alexis Sparks. I also have them written or a virtual copy in Notion, and that's what we're going to look at today. So to start, I got this Notion template from Marcella. She linked it in one of her Notion tour videos. I'll put that video in the description box in case any of you want to watch that video and or get the template. Okay, so now let's get into my goals. All right, so my pillars that I wanted to focus on and kind of create goals for this year were mental/spiritual part of my life, physical goals, career/business goals, financial goals, and then personal random miscellaneous goals. Starting with my mental/spiritual goals, the big picture in this area was learning contentedness and gratitude. I think a big reason why I had so much of a roller coaster of a life the past couple of years is that I wasn't allowing myself to be appreciative for where I was, especially looking back on where I've come from. And that just takes gratitude, a sense of gratitude and being content with what you have. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to want to stay there, but you have to be content and appreciative for where you are currently. Anyway, so learning contentedness/gratitude and practicing presence. That was one of my resolutions for last year, for 2022, and I think I did really good on that. So I think just continuing to practice presence will actually help me with learning contentedness and gratitude. Some actions that I feel will help me achieve these big picture goals are daily meditation/visualization, which I'm sure you all know what meditation is. Visualization is a form of meditation where instead of like leaving your mind clear, you allow yourself to envision yourself already living the life that you want to have. So I have already started doing that 30 minutes every morning. I used to wake up just in time to like log on for work, but now I wake up with enough time to give myself 30 minutes for meditation and or visualization and then get ready for work. I also want to walk outside in nature at least 3 times a week because sunshine is just so good for the soul, and getting fresh air. There are more toxins in your home than there are outside usually because, we use air fresheners and candles and things like that. So yeah, I want to get outside more. Now, being that I'm in Arizona now, I don't know how often I'm going to do that. We're getting ready to go into the summer and it's going to be really hot. So I am going to have to figure out when and how I'm going to do this without like dying from the heat. I also want to read/study my Bible more, just a daily practice, even if that's just one chapter, a few passages, whatever it is. I just want to dive into it a little bit more for more understanding, particularly the life of Jesus. That's something I've been trying to do for the past few years, and sometimes I'm like really on it and sometimes I fall off. So I'm just trying to be more consistent with my reading and studying of the Bible. And lastly, I want to start therapy slash counseling. I did start therapy at the end of 2021 and at the top of 2022, but as you all know, I job hopped a lot last year, and so it just became unaffordable. But now I have a new job that I plan on staying in. We're going to talk about that when I get to my career goals. Yeah, so I think with some stability, I'll be in therapy slash counseling consistently. All right, next, getting into my physical goals. There are quite a few goals that I want to achieve physically, but I know that I can't do them all at one time. So my only physical goals for 2023 are to improve my mobility slash flexibility and regain some muscle, because as you all know, I used to dance, and with that I was in pretty good shape, and I used to do conditioning and training for dance. But I don't dance anymore, and I don't like working out, and so I've just lost a lot of muscle, and I want to get back, to a good shape, healthy shape. For this, I'm going to do daily yoga in the morning, at least 10 minutes minimum. And what I've been doing so far is on my first 15-minute break in the workday, I usually do a 10-minute session. I also plan to do the Beyond Flexibility program by Karen Dimitrova about 3 to 5 times weekly. And lastly, to start working on building that muscle, Pilates 3 to 5 times weekly. And it doesn't have to be reformer. Like, I'm totally fine with YouTube Pilates. All right, so now getting into career slash business goals. Big picture here is to find my lane. So as you all know, I feel like I say that a lot. I job hopped a lot last year because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I did pursue software development for a good bit of last year. I ended up, testing out different things, UX, UI design, Salesforce, implementation. So now I just want to find my lane. And honestly, they may not be a 9 to 5 because I do have other aspirations, like entrepreneurial aspirations. We'll see. We're going to find our lane this year. Also, the other big picture items are to launch business and grow as a content creator, because obviously creating content pays. Bullet point number 1, do not quit my job prematurely. I don't know if you've seen the short about collecting multiple W-2s on my page, but yeah, I will only have 1 this year. Well, technically I'll have 2 because I left Target in January. Well, I guess I was let go, but the job I have now, I will work through the end of the year. And if I don't, it's because I am positioned financially, entrepreneurially, to quit and not have to get another job. But I will not job hop this year. I will not quit my job prematurely. Bullet point number 2, launch my business. Now, I put that there, and since some time has passed where I'm considering if that's exactly what I want to jump into at this time, I'm not going to take it off while I still figure it out, but it's on the fence. Next are to post to YouTube at least 1 time a week and post to TikTok daily. I'm going to try to get as close to these goals as possible. Actually, for the month of April, I decided to do what I'm calling the April Fool Challenge, and that is to upload 30 videos for 30 days in April. At the time you're watching this, it's probably the 7th or the 8th, and this is only the 2nd video that I've uploaded for April, so I'm already behind. And I think doing this challenge is going to get me into the mindset and the rhythm of creating content and editing and putting it out there, and it'll make it easier for me to start uploading at least 1 time a week going forward, and then uploading to TikTok. I think TikTok will be a little bit easier because it's not so planned. Sometimes I just have spur of the moment ideas and I'm like, I want to shoot that, and then I just pull out my phone, record it, upload it. So I think that one won't be so difficult, but we'll see. And then after those two, I want to start affiliate marketing as a content creator, of course, and start publishing books. I wrote a book 2 or 3 years ago that I did self-publish on Amazon. I have since taken it down because I want to edit it and release a, second edition. But I also have some like fiction ideas that I want to write. The first book was kind of more of a self-help book, but I have some fiction books in my mind that I want to do. I've always loved writing, and actually as a child that was something that I considered as a career. I just didn't see how it would be plausible, but now I don't really care. I'm just going to do it. And especially since there's Amazon Kindle, like you can self-publish. You don't have to have a publisher and all this stuff. Like you can do it yourself and market it yourself with social media. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm excited about it too. All right, so now moving into my financial goals for 2023. Financial goals, big picture, decrease debt, increase income. Very simple. So I want to pay off my credit card debt. I'm already getting a good ball rolling on that. I also want to refinance my car. And lastly, to earn $5,000 monthly from YouTube. Now, that sounds ambitious for someone who doesn't even make $10 a month from YouTube right now. But I think I can do it. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to shoot for the stars, and at least I can land on the moon. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, let's get into these personal/miscellaneous goals. These are just really random all over the place, but they are things that I want to start, I want to do, I want to accomplish. Welcome into my life. Number 1, build community in Phoenix. I'm new here. I don't have any friends here. I do have a cousin who just moved here a few months before I did. And so we are planning to get together soon. But yeah, he's the only person I know besides the people that I live with. And so, I want to start to build community and kind of plant some roots here to see if I will stay. I feel like I could, but I haven't lived through the summer yet, so we'll see. Next is to get to basic fluency in Spanish. So I studied Spanish in high school and college. I actually did 2 years of French first at my high school in Memphis. Then I moved to Georgia, and I was really ahead on credits. I only needed like 4 classes to graduate over 2 years. So I just filled my schedule up with a bunch of random stuff. And I was like, sure, why not learn Spanish? And I actually really loved it. And it came easy to me, so I decided to minor in Spanish once I got to college. I studied abroad in Peru, and I was doing really well in my learning to the point where I worked retail in college, and I worked at a store that was in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. So we had a lot of Hispanic customers, and even though the assistant manager was Puerto Rican, I was often the one that had to translate for the customers. But that has been like 10 years ago almost. 7-8 years maybe. And I had not used Spanish consistently since then. When I would travel to like Mexico, Dominican Republic, I'll use a little Spanish here and there. But otherwise, I have forgotten a lot. And when I worked at Target on my specific shift overnight, most of my coworkers were Hispanic and spoke Spanish. So that forced me to start using it again. At that point, I was like, I spent too much time studying Spanish to not be able to communicate with these people, which I can say what I need to say, but I don't understand everything when it's spoken to me because I'm not used to hearing Spanish. So since I've left Target, I watch Telemundo, I listen to Latin pop radio on Apple Music, and I just work on my Spanish every day. So anyway, I said a lot. I want to get to basic fluency by the end of this year. Next personal/miscellaneous goal is to create my personal website. I think that's pretty straightforward. And along with that, to start my newsletter/email list. This is a means of communicating with the people that connect with me online and the community that I've started to curate. And I think it's important to have ownership of your community and your contacts. A lot of people build a presence on social media, and then Instagram crashes for a day and you can't communicate with the community that you've built. So yeah, I want to start a newsletter / email list. Next, take salsa bachata classes. I never know if it's bachata or I don't know the other pronunciation, I thought, but bachata, yeah, that one. I haven't done any formal training in any ballroom styles. I think I've done everything else. Next, to start skating again and join the skating community here in Phoenix, which also helps my first personal miscellaneous goal, which is to build community here. Next, I want to start golfing. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I was supposed to start doing it in Atlanta because my brother golfs. He golfed in high school and college, and went to college with a golf scholarship, and so he's really good. He even taught a little bit after that at summer camps and things like that. So I'm like, shoot, teach me. Life happens. You grow up, you start working and doing separate things in life, and he has a family, so it's been hard to get together to do it. But I'm gonna start golfing. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to learn, if I'm just going to go buy stuff and go to a club or something, but I'm going to start golfing this year. Next, I want to try some new recipes. I am a lazy eater. I want the quickest, easiest thing to eat. When it comes to cooking and eating, I don't care. As long as I'm not starving, it doesn't matter. Give me the quickest and easiest thing. When I do cook, I often cook a lot of the same meals, but I want to try some new stuff and get back to trying recipes because I used to love to cook. After I took home ec in high school, up till maybe my second or third year in college, I would try new recipes at least once a week. But I think I got into the groove of living life and pursuing things, and it just became a hassle to do that all the time. So now I want to get back into it. My next personal / miscellaneous goal, I keep saying miscellaneous with a lisp. Whoa. My next personal / miscellaneous goal is to move into my own place. And I have by ? In parentheses, because if I do end up really liking it after living here through the summer, I might buy. I think this would be a great place to go ahead and invest in real estate. And last but not least, to celebrate my 30th birthday in Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I am in the process of putting together a trip plan / itinerary / budget so that I can send it to my friends because it's going to be a girls' trip. And it needs to happen. Up until about my 25th birthday, I never really celebrated my birthday. And then I was like, you know what? I need to do something for my 25th. We celebrated. It did not go as planned. I cried on the first night. I'm not even going to go into details, but know that I cried. And then 26, I didn't celebrate. 27 was COVID year. So I did a small celebration. 28, again, did not go as planned. And then I ended up catching COVID that weekend. And then last year, I actually planned to just spend it alone. I didn't want to make plans with other people who would cancel and end up making me sad or upset. So I planned to just do a hike and dinner and a movie and celebrate myself. But my wonderful friend Jason actually took me out to dinner, and we went go-kart racing, and we had a great time. Thank you, Jason. Anyway, for 30, it's a special year, and I gotta go big. Girls trip in Puerto Rico must happen, period. And that's it for my 2023 goals. I feel like this year is going to be a quick year, honestly. Last year went by so slowly. Practicing presence, I feel like I felt every day, every week, every month. That year was a whole year. Okay? Actually, it was really 13 months. I feel like this year is going to go by in a flash. And technically, it is only April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's technically only 9 months, according to where I'm starting. But I feel like a lot is going to happen this year, and there's going to be acceleration, and there's going to be growth and expansion, and it's going to hit me like a flash. And I'm speaking that now, and I know it's so, and I'm excited about it. But that's my 2023 goals. I would ask what y'all think, but honestly, I don't care. That's probably not a good thing to say to your community, but let me explain. I am in a place where I need to act according to what I think and feel and not take so much outside input. I never really needed outside validation. As a person, I've always had a strong sense of identity. So that's what I mean when I say I don't care. Not that I don't care what y'all think at all, because I do love y'all and I appreciate y'all's support, but I just had to, let that be known, I guess. Anyway, I'd love to hear about some of you all's goals for the year so that I can cheer you on and support you and send you my well wishes. Anyway, that is it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I did not want this to be long, and it's probably going to be long anyways. Okay, bye. See you in the next one.